Hi guys, now we'll see Leetcode SQL question average selling price. So in this question we are given two tables, prices table and units sold table. In prices table we have like these four columns, that is product ID, start date, end date and price. Each row tells for a particular product what was the price in the given start date and end date. Like in between these start date and end date, what was the price? And there is another table, units sold. Here we have three columns, product ID, purchase date and units. Here each row tells that for a given product ID when it was purchased and how many units were purchased at that date. Now we have to write a SQL query that will give average selling price for each product. And it is given that average price should be rounded to two decimal places. Also, it may be possible that for any product ID, there may not have any units sold. So its average selling price should be zero. And we can return the result in any order. Like we'll see example to understand this question in a better way. Like here we have prices table. Here we have four columns, product ID, start date, end date, price. Like product ID is 1 and 5 units were like sold between this start date and end date. And this is a units sold table. Here we have product ID, purchase date, units. Like product ID 1 was for product ID 100 units were purchased on 25 to 2019. Now we have to write a SQL query that will give resultant table which will have two columns, product ID and average price. Like here, if we'll see for product ID 1, the average price is 100 into 5, 500 plus 15 into 20 divided by total number of units is 115. It is 6.96. So like now we'll see approach how we can do this. Approach is pretty simple. First, we already know that if we want to find average price, so it will be equal to total price divided by total number of units. To get total price for any product ID, we just need to do number of units into price plus number of units into price. So like we have done here, 100 into 5 plus 15 into 20 divided by total number of units, that is 115. Also, these two columns, price and units, are in different tables. So like if we want to run any query, we should first join them so that we can run any query or query them together. So we'll do left join on prices and units sold table on condition that product ID of both the tables should be equal, but this purchase date should be between the start date and end date. Now we'll see actual query so that you can understand this question in a better way. So like here in the output, we want two columns, product ID and average price. So we have selected product ID and average price from the table that we got by left joining price table and units sold table on condition that product ID of both the tables should be equal and this purchase date should be between the start date and end date. After that, we'll do group by product ID and then apply our average formula, that is sum of price into units divided by sum of units. And in the question it is given that it should be rounded to two decimal places, so we have rounded it to two decimal places. Also, it is given that if a product does not have any units sold, its average selling price is assumed to be zero. So we have added coalesce, so if the value of average is null, it will make it to zero.